The Alabama Farmers Federation and the Alabama Farmers Cooperative proudly present Simply Southern with Jim Allen and Mary Wilson.
Hello and thanks for joining us for Simply Southern. I'm Mary Wilson.
And I'm Jim Allen. On today's show, Kevin Worthington is visiting an Alabama farm to get answers to questions submitted by Simply Southern viewers.
Every December, thousands of people visit Bellingrath Gardens in Mobile County for the Magic Christmas and Lights display. But the beauty of the Bellingrath home and gardens shines brightly in spring, summer, and autumn too.
Miss Bellingrath used to say, my gardens are like a woman with 52 beautiful gowns, a different gown for every week of the year. So it's always changing, it's never the same.
Some folks would call foul on cooking a steak in a skillet, but Sydney Phelps of Bonnie Plant says with the right herbs, this beef dish is unlike any you've had before.
But after the break, we'll meet an artist who specializes in sculpting bits and pieces of the past into fun, futuristic creations.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith. Alabama farmers live those things every day. They conserve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all, right here in Alabama.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
When she was diagnosed with cancer, Diana Vest knew her life would change. Leaving behind a stable career in the legal world, she settled in for the fight of her life. During this difficult time, it was her creative side that brought her the most comfort. She found herself reshaping vintage pieces, which she enjoyed hunting down at yard and estate sales, into colorful new sculptures that looked a bit like robots.
I've always had a fascination with things that are old and things that have a history, things that tell a story.
If you share Diana Vest's love of the bits and pieces of antiquity, you'd feel right at home in her Jefferson County workshop. Her collection of toys, tins, and weathered novelties would shame any weekend yard sale you're likely to find. As fascinating as some of these knickknacks can be, more impressive is what Diana does with them.
I guess I settled on robots. To me, in the beginning, they weren't robots. But that was just kind of the name that came to be. But they look like robots when you put them together.
Among the paintings and pottery, Diana's Junkyard Bots are a popular draw at art shows. The whimsical, cartoon-like bots are constructed out of everything, from old tin cans to watch parts and antique toys.
I think people in general come in because they see the color and the things that kind of strike a chord with them. If they look close enough and see something that they remember, or something that they remember their dad using or their grandmother using.
Diana doesn't paint her creations, preferring to let the original time-faded colors stand out. To avoid damaging paint, she bolts rather than welds the parts together. It's a time-consuming process, but she feels every part of her bots has a story.
When it's got a dent and some rust and some damage to it, it makes you think, okay, was this in a soldier's backpack? You never know, and to me that adds to the value of a tin. Some that I've made, I really hated to sell, because they just kind of grow on you as you make them. They develop their own little personalities. Like this one here, he just has kind of a forlorn personality, and they just kind of make you happy.
Diana came up with her Junkyard Bots after being diagnosed with breast cancer. and needing a distraction from stressful medical treatments. Leaving behind a more than 20-year career at a law firm, she and her Great Dane Deacon began traveling to art shows across the country, keeping an eye out for future bot parts along the way.
I take back roads and I stop at the tiny little towns and the little junk stores along the way and the little antique stores and the garage sales and estate sales. And, you know, I may find one thing or I may find hundreds.
The bots have been so well received, Diana decided to bring them to new life through a series of children's books she hopes to have published soon.
I think we've created about between 6 and 9 characters, and Deacon, the Great Dane, is going to lead them on adventures. Everybody we mention it to absolutely loves the idea, but they love her bots to begin with. She's a very creative lady.
To be able to take those things and to create something that is unusual and eye-catching and whimsical, they're timeless. You know, a lot of the pieces I make resemble the toys that your great-grandfather, you know, played with. The more this evolved, it became something that cancer was such a bad thing that happened in my life, but it turned my life into something that is so different than it would have been had I not had cancer. I never would be on this path had it not been for that. So I'm grateful.
Junkyardbots.com has more information on Diana's antique creations. If you're interested in purchasing one yourself, there's a list of upcoming art shows so you can find where she and Deacon will be traveling to next.
And I've actually stopped at one of her booths back when we shot the story on the Kentucky Art Festival, and the bots really do stand out. I'm sure that there's lots of people out there that have those tins collecting dust in their attic that really could be botted out.
Yeah, she did tell us she gets a lot of requests to create bots from various family heirlooms and antiques. She calls them memory bots.
That's a very fun way to preserve some family memories.
It is.
Up next, a canvas of cascading chrysanthemums is a sight to behold, and we'll take you to the country's largest outdoor display of these flowing flowers at Bellingrath Gardens.
Wear long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed-toed shoes. Don't be ticked. Use repellents with 20% DEET on skin and 0.5% permethrin on gear and clothing. Don't be ticked. Avoid sitting on rotten logs or stumps. Don't be ticked. Protect yourself from serious tick-borne illnesses and seek timely treatment to prevent long-term problems. No hunters were angered in the making of this film.
Get discounts on national brands and at local businesses with your Alpha Farmers membership. Members save hundreds with Ford, John Deere, Case IH, and Caterpillar. Plus, enjoy special rates at Choice and Wyndham Hotels. Benefits include rewards at Office Depot, Priester's Pecans, tourism destinations, and more. Download the Alpha Perks app, visit alphafarmers.org/perks, or stop by your local Alpha office and start saving today.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
Soybean is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world. We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
Some of the best things in life start with a bundle. And some of them can actually save you money. Like when you bundle your auto and life insurance with Alpha. Protect what's important to you at a price you can afford.
All for a better life.
Alpha Insurance.
All for a better life.
Ask your local agent about Alpha's auto life discount.